Some stories sound fake, until too many people tell the same one. From haunted paintings to children with pitch-black eyes, these urban legends feel way too real to ignore. Here are 5 of the creepiest ones ever told. Number 1. The Black-Eyed Children. It was a quiet evening in Abilene, Texas, 1996. Brian Bethel, a respected journalist, sat in his parked car outside a movie theater. He was writing a check by the glow of a street lamp when a soft knock tapped on his window. 2 boys, around 10 and 14, stood outside. They wore hooded sweatshirts, heads down. Their voices were calm and polite, too calm. They asked if he could drive them home. They'd forgotten their money and wanted to watch the new Mortal Kombat movie. Brian felt uneasy. Something didn't make sense. Why ask a stranger? Why out here? Then he noticed their eyes, pitch black. No whites, no pupils, just bottomless, soulless darkness. His hand moved to the ignition. One of the boys became insistent. "We can't come in unless you say it's okay." The fear was sudden and paralyzing. Brian sped off, his heart hammering. He later posted his encounter online. He thought it was just a strange moment, until people from across the world replied. Same story, same eyes, same phrase. "We can't come in unless you invite us." Most encounters happen at night. Victims report an overwhelming sense of dread. The children always speak politely, asking to use the phone or come inside for shelter. But once you notice the eyes, everything changes. Theories range from demons, vampires to alien-human hybrids. Some think they're jinn. Others say they're omens of death. But one thing is common in every story. Nobody who lets them in is ever heard from again. Number 2. The Crying Boy Painting. The year was 1985. Fire stations across the UK were seeing something they couldn't explain. Homes had burned to the ground. Roofs collapsed. Walls scorched black. But always, lying face down among the ashes, was the same image. A painting of a boy. No older than 6. With a blue shirt, tear-streaked cheeks, and hollow, sorrowful eyes. Not burned. Not even scorched. This wasn't one house. Not 2. Over 50 reports came in. Firemen began to whisper. They said, "The crying boy doesn't burn." One firefighter broke the silence in a newspaper interview. He swore the paintings were cursed, that every time he saw one in a home, something bad happened. People panicked. Hundreds of homeowners ripped the artwork from their walls. Some burned them in massive public bonfires. The painter? Little was known about him. Rumors swirled that the boy in the painting was an orphan who survived a fire that killed his family. And that every home he stayed in after that burned too. The company that printed the painting insisted there was no curse, but they couldn't explain how it always survived the flames. To this day, no one knows who the boy was, or why the painting refuses to burn. But in the UK, very few dare to hang it again. Number 3. Kuchisake Onna, the Slit-Mouthed Woman. It begins with a whisper in a school hallway in Japan. A question passed from one child to another. Have you seen her? The woman with the mask. She appears late at night, near alleys or schoolyards, wearing a long coat. Her face hidden behind a surgical mask. In a soft, breathy voice, she asks you, "Am I pretty?" If you say no, she pulls out a pair of scissors and attacks. If you say yes, she removes her mask. Her mouth is sliced from ear to ear. A grotesque, permanent smile. Then she asks again, "Even like this?" No answer is safe. Say no, she attacks. Say yes, she still attacks. In the 1970s, the legend caused real panic in Japan. Schools closed early. Parents picked up their children in groups. Police increased patrols. Some say she was once a beautiful woman, disfigured by a jealous husband who slit her mouth. After she died, Her spirit returned, unable to rest, cursed to seek validation forever. Some believe she's a jinn-like spirit, drawn by insecurity and fear. People claimed the only way to survive her was to confuse her, say she's average, or drop candy to distract her. Today, the tale of Kuchisake Onna is still told across Asia. Her image appears in movies, comics, and nightmares. And in alleyways late at night, some still hear the question, "Am I pretty?" Number 4. The Bunny Man, Fairfax County, Virginia, 1970. A young couple drove through a wooded area near a quiet bridge late at night. They parked for a moment, talking softly. That's when they saw movement in the trees. A man emerged, dressed in white, his face covered by a crude bunny mask, and in his hand, an axe. He yelled something about trespassing, then hurled the hatchet at their car. They sped away, terrified. Days later, another man saw the bunny man smashing a porch railing with an axe. He was never caught, but that was only the beginning. Local teens began daring each other to visit the Bunny Man Bridge on Halloween night. Some claimed to see a figure watching from the woods. Others said they heard whispers or found fresh axe marks on the trees. Legends spread that he was an escaped asylum patient, that he wore the bunny suit to hide his crimes, that he still stalked the area, looking for victims. Police confirmed the original reports, but the man's identity remains a mystery. Today, the Bunny Man Bridge is real. Locals avoid it after dark. And every Halloween, the legend returns, like a ghost with unfinished business. Number 5. The elevator game. In South Korea, whispers spread of a ritual, a way to open a door not meant to be opened. They called it the elevator game. All you needed was a building with 10 floors and the courage to follow the steps. Enter the elevator alone. Press the following sequence: 4th floor, 2nd, 6th, 2nd, 10th, 5th. At the 5th floor, a woman may enter. You're told not to speak to her, not to look at her. If you do, you're marked. Press the button for the 1st floor. If the elevator rises instead of falling, it's worked. You've entered another world. People describe it as empty, dark, with a red sky. Technology doesn't work. Some say they hear whispers, others say they feel watched. Getting back isn't easy. If you make a mistake, you could be trapped. Or worse, something else comes back in your place. The game gained international attention after the death of Elisa Lam in 2013. Her strange elevator footage went viral, and many linked it to the ritual, whether coincidence or something darker. The elevator game remains one of the most terrifying games ever whispered online. Urban legends aren't just stories, they're echoes, passed through generations, warning us of the shadows we pretend not to see. Maybe they're fake, maybe they're exaggerated, or maybe they're based on something real. Which of these legends chilled you the most? Let me know in the comments. And remember, never open the door without looking. Never speak to strangers who seem too calm. And never press buttons just because you're curious. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and stay aware.